we are going to add another characteristic to people. We are, by the way, you notice I'm building here and it says build completed successfully. Okay. So we are going to add in to people here a sex. Okay. We're going to add in whether they're male or female. Where do we, to what will we add, what thing do we need to go to add in a sex associated with each person? Where would we go in this model? Go to person. And what would we add to person? A parameter indeed. Where do we find a parameter? In the palette. And where in the palette? Whence does it come? From where does it come? An agent, yeah. And we drag in parameter here. And we're going to call it sex. Each person is going to have a specific age and a specific sex, hence lowercase, okay? Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you now to ask yourselves, what type would sex be? Well, would it be a double value? No, unlikely, right? Okay. Okay, so this brings up an interesting question. Would we, for example, encode it as integer? This is very common in biostats, right? One for male, 2 for female, what have you. Could we make it a string? Where is it? Male in quotes, female in other quotes. Or a Boolean, true for the truer sex, females, and false for males. Or should it be something else? Okay, yeah. So there's some thoughts, but it turns out we have a better way in any logic, okay? We have a better way of encoding things. We could do it as an int, but the problem with an int is, suppose you use an int for sex and you use an int for province. Yeah. And you could assign a province to a sex that's meaningless, right? And it's not going to be any the wiser. Maybe one means Nova Scotia or the Newfoundland, Labrador, and maybe one means male, and suddenly you're assigning a province to a sex, and it's just a 1 as far as any logic is concerned. It can't tell the difference. But we have a better way of doing it. Also, 1 won't be too transparent. If someone sees it, they won't know immediately male or female. They'll have to go back and reference their code books or whatever. So, ladies and gentlemen, for sex, this is what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to go to projects, and I would like you to add in a new construct. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to add in an option list. So we'll do new option list. Okay? Are we okay with that?
Are we under projects under what?
Under project, it's a project for the model initial heterogeneity. We'll do new option list. Okay? And this option list, now this is subtle, so please mark my words. The option list will be called capital SEX. Capital SEX. Why? Because this denotes a set of all possible sexes, okay? A given person will have a specific sex. That's why we called it lowercase SEX. This is denoting all possible sexes. And the two possible values of it will actually go down to specify elements, be called female. I'm going to make it capitalized, and male, also capitalized. Female, ladies and gentlemen, and male. Okay? Okay. Okay. Okay, so, great. So, are we ready with this? Please note it's a capital SEX. It's denoting all possible sexes. There's females and there's males. Okay? Are we okay? Make sure you type these in.
You know, in Canada we say gender.
Well, I think gender is different from sex, I think, right?
Yeah, because you have biological sex, but you could have gender and it could mean in terms of
right. Right, self-identification.
Right, but also in terms of gender, how do they do it with the gender stuff? It's are you,
Right.
are you, what the role is in society type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, for the sake of this model and converging within an hour, I'm going to be steering clear of some of that. But suffice it to say that we could elaborate this model. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I said finish, and now we have a thing called SEX in the model, capital SEX. Now this denotes possible sexes, okay? Now, we are going to associate each person with one of those sexes. Where would we go in the model to say that each person has a sex is given by this capital SEX? Where would we go? Yes, we go to the sex parameter indeed. And what type do you think it will be? Well, if you pull down those types, which one do you think it looks most promising?
Sex.
Indeed. It's now a sex, okay. And its default value will be, if we don't specify it, what will it be? How will we specify it? What rule will we use to specify?
Random.
Indeed. So let's pick it randomly, okay? So one thing we could do as a default value for sex, for example, we could say capital SEX dot values. Maybe you could tell me if there's a sweeter way to do this. Okay, and pardon me, folks. Random from. Okay, oh, sorry, folks. I'm screwing up here. Random from sex.values. This is what we wanted. Oh, not random form. Random from. Okay, there we are. Okay, let me put it up on the big screen. There we are. Yeah. It's flipping a coin and choosing their sex. Now, we're going to get into much more sophisticated ways we could do this. But in the interest of time, I'm keeping that simple right now. Okay? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is the formula we're going to use if we don't specify it. Remember, who specifies the particular assumptions to use for the values of sex and int, the parameters in person? Who specifies that right now? The population. Okay? So this is just what's going to be substituted there if we don't specify anything else. Okay, so it's going to pick randomly with uniform probability from these values. Winchell? Yeah, maybe you could find out if there's a sweeter way to do that. Like sex dot random from or something like that, or sex dot. Anyway, do people want me to keep that up for a bit longer? Yeah. Okay. So where am I putting that? I'm putting it right here, associated with this x, and putting this formula. Okay? Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are we okay? So now those who are finished and waiting, you can run it. Please run it and tell me what you observe for each person. Go down to the level of person. Navigate to the level of each person and just tell me what you see. Do you want this up a bit longer? Okay. Oh, after you enter that, ladies and gentlemen, please build. Make sure it's build completed successfully here in the lower left, okay? So when you build with this button, make sure it's build completed successfully here. Ladies and gentlemen, okay. So if we run it now, we basically will be able to see a population like this, and we could drill down to a particular person. And here's a 58-year-old female. This next person is a baby about 6 months old, male. This one is female, about 32 years old. Next one is a 61-year-old male, 55-and-a-half-year-old male, and 11-year-old female. Okay, Winchell? Okay. Okay. So could you deploy here, Alan?
Yeah, I'm getting the delimiter by building and
Okay. Ellen, could you check this out? Oh. Okay.
So can you show me if you build there? Okay. Sex cannot be resolved. Okay. Oh, that's because you call it with all capital, so it's just lowercase f.
sorry, I thought you said it should be all.
No, that's okay. Okay, now try building. That's a happy camper.
The icon to the left.
No, then it was because in Maine.
The button to the
Oh,
left.
okay.
You did, I
If
think
you
you did
did
the
that,
initial
you'll go
architecture.
back up to the population
Okay,
level.
sorry.
You
But you
told us
can't
to, so
see the
that's why.
individual.
Okay,
So I've got to go one way or the other.
okay, so sorry.
I can do this way. Yep.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So you want to call it SEN? Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
there we go.
Now let's try it.
There we go.
Yeah. Now you're happy
There
camper.
we go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, who would like me to? Do you when you run the model, do you see sexes associated with each person? Okay, Winchell.
Well, it's running, but there's nothing that's changing with time.
Okay.
So there's time is moving, but they're not yet.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly.
So, who else needs help? Is there anyone who does not see person sexes? So if I run this model like this, and I do this, Winchell, were you able to resolve that issue just there? You should be able to see each member of the population as having a sex. Okay, Vivian, Winchell?
I was just copying him and we had some of the caps in there.
Okay. Okay, so do people see this? Okay. Okay, who else needs help?
Oh, right, okay, so yeah.
Okay?
Well, that's cool. You
Oh, right, it's just, this isn't dispersed.
The days.
Well,
Yeah,
isn't it-
that's right.
This is,
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen,
oh, okay, so then the only way I can. You
okay?
have to go back to person 0, just see the whole population.
If you could want to see the whole population.
You can go, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know how to navigate this,
Okay, that's the one.
so I'm going to